You come to Milwaukee, some other cities in certain parts of the state, and you see it running rampant. So what we need is a culture change.
If the car is stolen, fees will be waived for the owner of the vehicle. Niger Spencer, WTMJ News.
And with respiratory viruses spreading this time of year, health officials are encouraging Wisconsinites to get vaccinated. The Department of Health and Human Services says vaccines for flu, RSV, and COVID-19 are available across the state. According to DHS, Wisconsin saw nearly 7,000 hospitalizations due to seasonal flu complications last year, making it one of the most severe influenza seasons in the last decade. And a deadly fungus has crept into the Milwaukee County Park system for the first time. DNR Forest Health Specialist Bill McNee tells WTMJ why park staff are cutting down about 30 oak trees at Whitnall Park.
The fungus grows underground in between nearby oak trees, and the only real way to stop that is to put in a trench to physically sever the roots and prevent the spread of the fungus, or kill oak trees near the infected ones.
Oak wilt spreads much slower than other tree killers like the emerald ash borer, but can still kill hundreds of trees without early mitigation. Sports, traffic, weather, and next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:05.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. You may have heard Congress pass the One Big Beautiful Bill which President Trump campaigned on, leaving the non-tax parts out. What does the law mean for business? To be honest, less than you think. There are larger deductions for purchasing equipment and other fixed assets in the year of purchase. The Qualified Business Deduction, or QBID, is now a permanent deduction for partnerships and S corporations. Remember the 1099-K back and forth? The minimum amount for issuing 1099-Ks, which are typically from credit card companies or e-commerce sites like Amazon or Shopify, will now be $20,000. Call us now for a free consultation to see how you may be affected by the new law. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It was a losing day for both of Milwaukee's teams. A big hole now for the Brewers after losing Game 2 of the NLCS to the Dodgers 5-1. Game 3, 4, and 5 now shift to Los Angeles. Game 3 is set for tomorrow night with a 5:08 first pitch. And the Bucks wrapped up the preseason with a 116-112 loss to Oklahoma City. The Bucks begin the regular season next Wednesday against the Washington Wizards. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We've got 2 incidents on the road. I-94 west at I-41. The left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-43 north at the ramp from North Avenue, the right shoulder is blocked due to a crash. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday's going to be partly cloudy with a chance of showers, mainly late in the day with a high of 64 degrees. Friday's going to be partly cloudy with showers possible at night with a high of 72 degrees. Saturday, expect cloudy, windy, and rainy skies with a high of 66 degrees. And Sunday is going to be cloudy and windy with a chance of rain, the high of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 55. In Green Bay, it's 54. In Waukesha, it's 55. Right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 56 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Hello, and welcome to a supersized edition of What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. I am Sandy Maxx, and I'm thrilled to serve up 3 hours of conversations, culture, and even some cheese curds. Coming up this hour, a spotlight interview with St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Bar manager Chris Schiefelbein will tell us about their brand new second-floor restaurant, the Studio Kitchen. Think craft cocktails, pre-theater bites, and some artsy vibes. And we're going to find out what Chris thinks you must do at the St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. And you have your chance to win tickets to see the classic show Fiddler on the Roof on stage at Skylight Music Theater. Have your phone handy in about 20 minutes for your chance to call in and win. Maybe set your phone alarm for 6:20 so you don't miss out. At 6:35, I'm very excited to share my exclusive conversation with the incomparable and inspiring music legend, Herbie Hancock. He is going to be performing in Milwaukee Tuesday at the Pabst Theater. And if you just thought of the movie Tommy Boy when I said Herbie Hancock, you're not alone. Herbie shares his memories of that movie and previews what to expect at his show October 21st here in Milwaukee. And what technology is exciting Herbie Hancock now? And his 1980s hit, Rocket, is going to sound great as the song you need to hear just before 7 o'clock. After the 7 o'clock news, you're going to meet the creative team behind a brand new, locally produced sitcom pilot called Brood Awakening. Creator Evan Gersh and actors Ben C. Adams and Bill Wood are joining me live in the WTMJ studio to talk about bringing Wisconsin culture and comedy to the screen and how you can get involved. And you'll also get a sneak peek at this weekend's WTMJ Conversations with Libby Collins. She got to talk with music producer Mark Van Hecke. And if that name sounds familiar, might have seen it on some liner notes. He produced the first 2 Violent Femmes albums, and he's done some other very interesting work in the video game field. So hear more of that. And at 8, we're in for some spooky fun Wisconsin style here in the WTMJ studio. One of my guests is a paranormal guide and an author. Josh Hughes from American Ghost Walks will be here to share stories from his new book called Ghosts of Waukesha and talk about what's special about his tour on Friday, the Waukesha Ghost Walk. And he's also going to be spending his Saturday at this year's Milwaukee Paranormal Conference. So I'm looking forward to having Josh here. And then for some dramatic flair, Zombies on Stage. There's a brand new world premiere play called Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. The Constructivists are staging this starting October 25th at the Broadway Theater in the historic Third Ward. And Jamelyn Gray, founder of the Constructivists, is directing this play. So we're going to find out why she wanted to make sure this was on stage during the Halloween season. Horror and humor combining for this show. So I'm excited to learn more about it. So a stacked show with a music legend, some local creators, ghost stories, giveaways, good vibes. You're finding them all right here. And I must wish you a happy National Cheese Curd Day. If you were listening earlier to Wisconsin's Afternoon News, Adam Roberts got to sample some of the cheese curds, the flavored ones that are happening at Lakefront Brewery. They're celebrating. I'm sure you can enjoy cheese curds. I highly recommend going to your favorite neighborhood establishment, or if you are so inclined in the kitchen, unlike me, go ahead, fry some up in your own home. But Lakefront Brewery, till 9 tonight, they are having their cheese curd celebration right there on the river on Commerce Street. And they are known for serving 60,000 servings of beer-battered cheese curds every year. And they have 3 specialty flavors that you can try. Chicken and waffle curds, which were Adam Roberts' favorite. Waffle battered curds with bacon on top and a drizzle of maple syrup. French onion flavored curds, and also, for autumn, caramel apple cheesecake curds. They're dessert curds dusted in graham cracker breading, topped with streusel and caramel, and served with vanilla cream. That all sounds delicious. You can get shareable or just your own tasty treat. And then here's what I also find funny is the Lakefront Cheese Curd Pull competition that is going all day long. Basically, you and another person pick the stretchiest curd you can find and see how far you can stretch it. You can win a gift card and bragging rights, of course. And if you're in a hurry and you're like, I can't spend that much time, but man, they sound good. They have a curds a la carte food truck parked right out front till 8 o'clock. So you can satisfy your curd craving, whether you're a purist or you just like the classics. It's a good day to celebrate Wisconsin's squeakiest cheese. Next, I'm very excited. A special experience is here. Learn more about St. Kate's in Milwaukee events now at the website stkatearts.com. Next, meet the bar manager at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, Chris Schiefelbein, and be the first to know about the studio kitchen there. I'm Sandy Maxx. Please stay with me on What's on Tap.
Picture this. You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay. And it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Anna Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Eric Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement, and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at annexwealth.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk with composer and music producer Mark Van Hecke about his experiences with the Violent Femmes and producing Blister in the Sun in his back bedroom.
They were performing and walking amongst the tables while playing, and I thought, this is theater.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, and I'm thrilled to welcome to the WTMJ studio for this spotlight interview St. Kate bar manager Chris Schiefelbein. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am great. What is it to be a bar manager at St. Kate, the Arts Hotel? You are right in the heart of the theater district.
Yeah, with us being right in the middle of all of the theater districts, you're within walking distance to the Pabst, the Riverside, Turner Hall, the Pfizer, all these different local theaters that always have something going on for anyone in the city. It's nice to kind of be in like the beautiful hot spot right in the middle of downtown.
Yeah, right there, Water Street and Kilbourne Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
So not just being close to all these theaters and venues full of live performances, what are some other reasons that St. Kate is a must-stop for anyone heading downtown?
The nice thing about the St. Kate is there's really nothing like it. The St. Kate has all the artwork that is locally curated. We also have the MOA, which is the Museum of Wisconsin Art, located in our hotel. The other one's out in West Bend, but if you don't want to drive that far, we obviously have an exhibit inside the hotel. There's absolutely nothing else like it in the entire city, which is awesome.
And it's always busy. Every time I walk through the bar, whether it's lunchtime or theater time, it's hopping.
Yeah, I mean, the bar itself is just gorgeous to look at. Nice couches in the lounging areas, to the bar itself having that shelves hanging from the actual ceiling. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at, and the cocktails taste even better.
And you make sure that the lobby is filled with music every single night of the week.
7 days a week.
That's wonderful to have local performers have that space, such a creative space to be in and make music.
It's wild to think about that we have so many different local artists that all play different varieties of music. It's absolutely incredible. There's something for everyone. I mean, if you download our app, the St. Kate Hotel app, it'll give you a whole list of who's performing, what day, what time. Whenever you want to go catch a show or anything in the lobby, all you got to do is just look it up.
That's really handy to have that app.
Oh, absolutely.
And I suppose the app you'd be able to browse the food offerings as well.
Of course. With all the new sushi coming around, redoing the menu upstairs at Studio, there's a lot of new offerings in the hotel itself. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone.
I would say you can get pizza and sandwiches at Proof Pizza. You can just sit at the bar, which is what I've done a lot just before going to a show, because I can get a cocktail, get a little table spot there, grab a quick bite. I'm excited to hear about the evolution. Tell me about how the second floor, where Aria and Giggly were. What has it evolved into as of September?
Well, we decided to basically reinvent Studio and Aria and kind of put them together. Giggly and Aria, we still have a bunch of our old classics. We still have the Big Boy Burger, which everybody loves.
Count me in. Oh my gosh, I love the Big Boy Burger and the history that goes with the markets.
Oh, yeah. If you ask any of our employees, they're going to be happy to tell you the whole history of it.
But it's a great way to have that thread and that history.
Right. Yeah.
But also keep things contemporary and creative while also comforting. What are some other food experiments or innovations that are happening in the studio?
For upstairs, we do a little bit more of an upscale kind of menu. So we do a couple wet aged steaks with the ribeye and the New York strip, which are delightful. They also come with a side of the pepper jam, which, if you haven't tried it, is delightful.
I love that you get to sample all these
all
delicious
the time.
meals.
Quality control.
And you have to be able to tell people genuinely
what it's
about
like.
it and what those flavors are. What else is tempting your taste buds up in the new studio?
Well, right now I'm really digging the sushi that we have. Chef 2, who has been with us for the last year, has been in restaurants in Miami, Chicago for the last 20 years. He joined us. Professional sushi chef, and the menu that he put together is absolutely incredible.
Creating sushi is such an art itself.
Yeah. One of the most beautiful plates that we have is the rainbow roll. A little bit of spicy tuna with some crab inside. And then on top, it's just layers of avocado and fish. It looks gorgeous. It tastes amazing. I highly recommend it.
Who is your core crowd? When we talk about all these events happening downtown, is there a specific kind of person you see hanging out at the bar?
With all the wide kind of variety of events that all these theaters show and the Pfizer and all these bigger places, there's something for everyone. So we get a mixed crowd of anyone that you can think of. So it's nice seeing the city come together in our hotel for a common things.
I also see regularly after the theater shows, it is not unusual to see cast members socializing in the bar with each other and with theater goers.
Sometimes you might even be lucky enough to actually see some of the cast members come and perform some of the songs. We usually have a nice little music setup, and our sound engineers in the lobby are wonderful. If they know that they're coming in, they'll kind of leave it set up a little bit. So if you come in, you might get lucky and see the cast.
What a welcoming, creative space. Yeah. So we talked about the creativity that can happen in the cocktail bar by the performers. What's some of the creativity that you as a bar manager are bringing to the St. Kate?
Making cocktails is kind of an art form itself, really.
Definitely. Mixology.
Yeah. It's fun to kind of watch how the ebbs and flows of the evolution of cocktails kind of go. I mean, right now, the number one selling drink that we have are espresso martinis. It's kind of been the trend the last couple of years, and personally, I think we have one of the best in the city, if not the best. But being able to kind of like see all these cocktail like trends going through, like right now we have something called the Jungle Boogie on our menu. It's
It's a great name.
Great name. All of our cocktails are named after songs, if you didn't know that.
What a great touch.
Yeah.
So what's in a Jungle Boogie?
Jungle Boogie is a clarified milk punch. Sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically when you mix milk, alcohol, and then an acid, it essentially curdles and then you strain it out. So you're left with this clear looking liquid that has milk basically washed into the alcohol, and it's crystal clear. You would never assume there's any milk in it at all, and it is delicious.
And what a way to work in a Wisconsin ingredient that I would have never expected.
Correct.
Well done.
The only thing is, though, it is not dairy-free.
That's the next evolution.
Well, you can always do coconut milk or one of the dairy-friendly things. It's just a matter of getting it all set and ready.
Chris, thank you so much for visiting. If there is one thing for somebody who's never been to the St. Kate before, what's that one tip you would give them, or what's that one must-see, must-do thing?
I would always say give yourself a little bit of extra time. Just explore the hotel. There's artwork on both the first and second floor, also in all the rooms if you decide to stay for the night. But actually taking the time to go appreciate all the artwork and definitely give yourself a little bit of extra time.
And stop by and say hi to you. You'll be
absolutely.
at the bar?
I'll be there all the time.
He is bar manager Chris Schiefelbein at the St. Kate, the Arts Hotel. Thank you so much for joining me for this spotlight interview. And I encourage everybody, make your plan. Go to stkatearts.com and download that St. Kate app.
Thanks for having me.
And sorry about that, Chris. And if you're in the mood to enjoy an excellent performance, we're talking about St. Kate, the Arts Hotel being right in the Milwaukee Theater District. Skylight Music Theater is currently staging one of the most beloved musicals of all time, Fiddler on the Roof, through October 26th. And what makes this production special? You'll find out, and you'll have a chance to win a free pair of tickets next on What's on Tap.
A special experience is here. Learn more about St. Kate's and Milwaukee events now at the website stkatearts.com.
A special experience is on the menu. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx welcomes St. Kate bar manager Chris Schiefelbein to share why St. Kate is a must-stop before your next downtown concert or show. Don't miss it.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
The fall home buying season is officially here, which sometimes means less competition among home buyers, but that doesn't seem to be the case this year, with most listings still getting multiple offers. Now, a lot of home shoppers just go with their bank for their pre-approval. But if you'd like to get into your new home for the holidays, now's the time to get started with a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet, or switch if you started somewhere else. Not only will we put a $2,000 guarantee behind our fully verified pre-approval, we'll also work with you and your real estate agent to craft offers that get accepted over the rest. Our favorite tool is to see if we can get an appraisal waiver for the property you're trying to buy. Sure, that takes more effort on our part, but adding those magic words, "no appraisal required," to your property-specific pre-approval can be the difference maker. And our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks for the same rate. Get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
If you or a loved one is ever hurt in an accident, don't call the first lawyer you happen to see on TV. Instead, call the law firm that's most qualified to handle the complexities of your case. Or call the firm that won the largest personal injury verdict in Wisconsin history. Or the one with the largest product liability verdict in state history. Or the one that has recovered more million-dollar results than any other firm in Wisconsin. It all happens to be the same firm. Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service. Visit habish.com for more information.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
You know the tune, Tradition, and you can experience the magic of that iconic song live on stage. Skylight Music Theater, right in the heart of Milwaukee's historic Third Ward, is presenting one of the most beloved musicals of all time, Fiddler on the Roof, now through October 26th. And you're probably familiar with the story. It's timeless. It follows Tevye and his family as they navigate tradition, explore change and resilience in an ever-changing world. And it's got joy. There's got to be heartbreak. There has to be some drama. And the resilience of Tevye, the milkman, appropriate for Wisconsin. He's a dairyman. And his family, especially as a dad. And Andrew Varela is an excellent actor who's been on stages all around Wisconsin and truly all around the world. He plays Tevye, and is just wonderful at it. And
if I were a bitty, bitty rich,
he has fun playing it. And it's an excellent cast and filled with classic songs that you know, like If I Were a Rich Man. It's fun. There's a lot of just robust songs you can sing along to.
You know that when good fortune favors to such men, it stands to reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune.
So it really is an uplifting show. It's got a lot of great talent. Another special thing about this performance, as you heard this beautiful, beautiful violin music that sets the tone, there are 2 violins being featured on stage that were rescued from the Holocaust and being played in partnership with Violins of Hope, Wisconsin. And the person playing that fiddle is one of the Whiskey Bells, Kimberly Hansen. So there really is a real Wisconsin stock in this cast and just multi-generations and beautiful, beautiful music. The reviews have been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed it because it is one of those classic shows where if you haven't seen it in a while, see this version. And it's always fun to see the daughters getting matchmakers. And some of the daughters and other cast members are actors from Marquette University, a partnership that Skylight Music Theater just started to really shine a light and give young performers the chance to be on stage. And I have to think it's just a thrill to be performing for theater lovers, and especially such a wonderful show. And there's just really some outstanding talent. So if you have the chance, I would say circle that on your calendar because it's already October 15th. You want to be there, get there before the production wraps up on October 26th, but hey, I can help you with that if you want to go. If you are caller number 25 on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, caller 25, 855-616-1620, you will win a pair of tickets to Fiddler on the Roof at Skylight Music Theater at the performance of your choice. So call now, and if you're not our lucky winner tonight, I'll have another chance next week, but you can still get your tickets, skylightmusictheater.org. Don't miss a chance to experience an unforgettable production of Fiddler on the Roof in partnership with Violins of Hope, Wisconsin. 855-616-1620, caller 25. Good luck. And now it is time to turn it over to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. The village of Mukwonago is asking for a decrease on a planned water rate hike. Right now, the Public Service Commission is looking to raise rates by more than 6%, but village officials have proposed a rate lower than 5%. Mukwonago leaders say the lower rate would still cover the cost of adding 2 new water wells without hitting the residents too hard. More than 100 people have already filed comments objecting to higher water bills. And a video message blaming Democrats for the government shutdown will not be played at Mitchell International Airport. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem recently released a video blaming Democrats for the ongoing government shutdown, as federal employees are not getting paid as well. In a message to WTMJ, Mitchell International Airport says Milwaukee County law prohibits displaying any political messages in county buildings. Mitchell International says TSA owns some of their own displays at the airport in passenger screening checkpoints, but the video has not played at any of those areas. And with respiratory viruses spreading this time of year, health officials are encouraging Wisconsinites to get vaccinated. The Department of Health Services says vaccines or flu, RSV, and COVID-19 are available across the state. According to DHS, Wisconsin saw nearly 7,000 hospitalizations due to seasonal flu complications last year, making it one of the most severe influenza seasons in the last decade. Taking a look at your roads, your WTMJ time saver traffic. I-94 west at I-41, the left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday's going to be partly cloudy with a chance of showers, mainly late in the day with a high of 64 degrees. Friday's going to be partly cloudy with showers possible at night with a high of 72 degrees. Saturday's going to be cloudy, windy, and rainy with a high of 66 degrees. Sunday's going to be cloudy and windy with a chance of rain with a high of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 55. Up in Green Bay, it's 54. In Waukesha, it's 55. Right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 56 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:32.
If you missed this,
Jonathan Lavoie, renowned criminal defense attorney, is a partner at Kim and Lavoie, and he is with us.
I think there's a real shot that the judge may allow for some type of bail with very strict conditions.
Or this.
The amount of damage done to the Iran nuclear sites, can you talk about that?
He continues to argue that they were completely destroyed, that they were obliterated.
Catch up on the Wisconsin's Afternoon News podcast at WTMJ.com, presented by Dave Draycamp Heating.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Did you know, according to research, a majority of people gain their weight back after stopping those expensive weight loss shots? Don't become another statistic. The doctor-developed Milwaukee weight loss program doesn't just help you lose weight, it helps you keep it off for good. We've helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks and maintain the results long-term. No more yo-yo dieting or weight regain. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scavidi here. After a summer in the maintenance phase, feeling great, looking great. I'm back in reduction mode with the goal to lose 10 more pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. That means I'll have lost 50 pounds, yes, 50 pounds since January. The best part, none of the intense workouts, none of the meals, kits, or shakes, no meds, no injections. Many patients see 20 to 30 pounds. I saw 40 plus come off in just a month or two. You can do it. I did it. Book your free consultation today at 262-393-2334 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers in this 12-foot radius at Penny Mustard.
This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
You'd never know something this strong and beautiful could be so comfortable. Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
Come see the Joni sofa, starting at just $80 a month with no interest until October of 2027 through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Maxx with a big congratulations to Lori in Muskego, who just won a pair of tickets to see Fiddler on the Roof at Skylight Music Theater, and you'll have another chance to win next week. So hang out with me here on What's on Tap. Sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And you hear that music, I'm going to ask producer Nate Rilling to turn it up again. Oh, yeah. Tuesday, October 21st, Milwaukee's historic Pabst Theater, Herbie Hancock, the man responsible for Rocket that you're hearing right now, will perform. And I got the honor to visit on Zoom with music legend Herbie Hancock. It was such a treat as a huge music fan myself to get to talk with him. And Herbie Hancock, I feel like he's been a jazz Sherpa, like really enlightening generations of people over the years to the music style. Herbie Hancock also continues to embrace technology, which I think is just fascinating that it still trips his trigger. Like he's curious about how the technology just keeps evolving. Because remember, you just heard Rocket, one of the biggest pop culture hits. Summer of 1983, it used robotics, technology, but it still had so much soul that it was a #1 dance song. And Herbie Hancock, he grew up in Chicago, was a child piano prodigy, performed at the age of 11 on the stage of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. Truly an iconic figure in music and the technology industry, collaborating with dozens of other artists over the decades. And he still remembers and treasures his first Milwaukee gig. It was his big break. It was a club called Curro's in Milwaukee, 1960. It used to be right near Zeidler Square Park, and it was serendipitous. A blizzard stranded a band in Chicago, and he wound up getting the call and led to his first gig in Milwaukee, and that really was the pivotal moment that kickstarted his professional musical journey. And he's just a really interesting man and continues to innovate. And I'm really glad that he will be here. If you've never seen him, I think this is one of those bucket list type shows. Now, after Herbie Hancock and I discussed that first Milwaukee concert that set his professional career on track, I brought up another Wisconsin connection. This one, connection to pop culture. When I say the phrase, it's a movie title, Tommy Boy, what comes to mind for you?
Oh, yeah, my name got mentioned in there, didn't it?
It did, Herbie. It's a Chris Farley movie, so we love Chris Farley in Wisconsin. You are written down on a Marquette University history quiz The question is, fill in the blank. Who is blank Hancock, one of the framers of the Constitution? And Chris Farley's character writes in, Herbie, and is very satisfied with his answer. But Herbie, I have to share with you, I was listening to your music earlier today, and I had my screen up, and not one, but two young men in their 20s immediately stopped me separately and said, hey, you know Tommy Boy, Herbie Hancock. And I said, wait, what? Because I don't remember that moment in the movie. But these two young men loved it and immediately knew. And I said, you know, I'm actually talking with Herbie Hancock later today. They're like, that's awesome. Tell him thumbs up. So you have transcended generations, not just with collaborations, Stevie Wonder at the Grammys and so many other musicians that you have collaborated with, like John Mayer, but just your name being written down in Tommy Boy has left a mark on people. How does that make you feel? I like seeing you laugh. Did you see it in the theater?
It makes me laugh.
But did you see Tommy Boy in the theater? How did you find out that you were part of it?
Actually, a friend of mine called me up and told me that she had seen this movie. She said, and you got mentioned in it. She told me what the situation was in the movie. So I saw the movie to check it out myself. I had no idea that any of those people would ever mention my name. I was shocked.
More conversation with music legend Herbie Hancock, who you can see at the Pabst Theater Tuesday. Next, we chat about his music career and what technology he's toying with now. Stay with me and Herbie on What's on Tap.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx with WTMJ, and my friends at Three Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman know that caregivers rock. And there are incredible career opportunities with my friends there at Three Pillars. They are ranked best in continuing care, assisted, and independent living, and it's a certified great place to work. They're hiring caregivers within their assisted living and memory care communities, full and part-time, day or evening, and shifts start at $20 per hour. You could get more based on experience and the shifts. The best part, you will make a difference in the lives of others every day at Three Pillars. Go to threepillars.org, click on the Careers tab to learn more.
You gotta get to Built Right today. Vince Vitrano here to tell you about Built Right's 97th anniversary mattress celebration. The one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. Built Right beats any big box, national or local chain store, department store, online retailer, warehouse club, or employee-free store because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Built Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. Over 60 models all on display. 500 mattresses in stock. Choose from the best mattress brands made in the USA. Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses. They can hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Built Right saves you money. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
And I am thrilled to have gotten the chance to talk with music legend Herbie Hancock, who will be at Milwaukee's Pabst Theater Tuesday, October 21st. I think it'll be a show not to be missed. He has been performing for decades. He's a kind man, a smart man, but his musical artistry, it really transcends time and continues to resonate with audiences on the WTMJ Sighting Unlimited talk and text line. Thanks to Mike, who texted in that it's cool to hear Herbie on the show. I have some CDs of him playing with Miles Davis. Oh yeah, he's been into jazz and performing and evolving jazz for decades now, and he remains involved in the evolution of music technology. Herbie Hancock has been working to emphasize the importance of ethics in this age of AI and technology, but Herbie and I had a laugh about his amusing and unexpected appearance in the comedy movie Tommy Boy, and then I wanted to know more really about his musical journey. When did you start playing music, Herbie?
My parents bought me a piano when I was 7 years old.
Aw.
85 years old now.
Wow. What you must have seen technologically with music over the years, because in the 80s with Rocket, what a blend of funk and technology then, but that was the 80s. And now we're in 2025. How has technology improved your creative process? Or has it?
Now I'm looking into some of the new tools that they have for music production. A lot of it has AI built into it. There's one that's called Moises and one called Suno. And I got both of them.
And have you been using that a lot to spark your creativity and curiosity?
Actually, I haven't used it for anything that I've from any of my performances or anything that I've written yet. I'm still learning those two. They're brand new for me anyway.
Well, lifelong learning, that seems to be a real jazz trait. Never taking the same path twice, always kind of maybe pushing this edge here, trying this over here.
Yeah. That's what we do.
And then I asked Herbie if now he feels accomplished.
I feel accomplished? I don't think like that.
Yeah.
I think I've used my time well. Things have worked out. But I've had a lot of fortune in my life. My career went beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. And surprises still continue. For example, there are more young people in their 20s and early 30s coming to my concerts now than there have ever been in the past.
That's got to feel great.
And many of the songs that we play, most of the songs that we play, were recorded and available to the public before they were born. But they know those songs and they know those records. They know Rocket, for example, and some of the other things I recorded in the past.
Chameleon.
Yeah, Chameleon. They know that. That's the closing song that we play.
And Watermelon Man.
They're waiting for those things,
What can we expect other than seeing multi-generational fans in the audience? What do we see at a Herbie Hancock show October 21st at the Pabst Theater? What do we hear?
Hopefully there'll be some surprises. You'll hear some programs in my synthesizer that have real strange names, sounds that sound like dinosaurs. And I tell the audience, this must be about me.
I was going to ask you, how do you make those dinosaur sounds? Are you creating them with your voice? Like, how do you get those sounds into the synthesizer to make your prehistoric dinosaur sounds?
Well, me talking is prehistoric.
No, that's preserving history. You're storytelling. Herbie, I'm going to stop you because no one can accuse you of being a dinosaur. Dinosaurs went extinct, and you keep evolving, evolving, and like you said, full of surprises. You've done so many collaborations. Is there someone on your wish list, someone that you hope to collaborate with in the next year or two?
I don't have a wish list for collaborations.
How do they come about?
I hear something that or see something that inspires me or kind of tweaks me in a way, I've had the great opportunity to work with a lot of people that I kind of felt those kind of vibrations from listening to what they do. And it happens from time to time.
And how do you find that music? Do you have a massive record collection? Are you streaming? Where are you finding those sounds and vibrations that inspire you?
Just by living. And watching a lot of YouTube videos and going down that rabbit hole. Getting stuck there very often. But I'm always trying to learn new stuff and learn about what new people are doing. Not just in the music field, but especially in the field of science and technology.
Herbie, thank you so much for the conversation and the time together, and thank you so much for bringing your music back to Milwaukee. We'll see you October 21st at the Pabst Theater.
Great. Okay, Sandy, thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me here.
Oh, Herbie Hancock Hit is the song you need to hear. Brought to you by Flanners Home Entertainment. Visit them at flanners.com. At Flanners, music matters. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play. Hear Herbie next on What's on Tap.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10.23 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Mars Fun Size Candy, $4.49. 8.1 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Bear Creek Soup Mix, $3.49. 128 ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon Frozen Dairy Dessert, $5.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny D Citrus Drinks, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh, no. Never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh. Oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Oh, this is going to sound good. Rocket, an instrumental in 1983 by Herbie Hancock that topped dance charts because it blended jazz and funk and hip-hop, really a pop culture milestone. And the video had all these robots in pants dancing around, moving in rhythm, and it was on MTV a lot. It won 5 Video Music Awards in 1984 and a Grammy for Best R&B Instrumental Performance. And so if you ever think that jazz is kind of square or inaccessible, Herbie Hancock proves that wrong and really puts the technological fun into music. Tuesday, October 21st, you can enjoy Herbie Hancock performing this song and many others on stage at Milwaukee's Pabst Theater. Music spanning decades from jazz to electrofusion melodies. It is time to rock it with Herbie Hancock. It's the song you need to hear, sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment. Visit them at flanners.com. At Flanners, music matters. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Does music matter to you? Flanners Home Entertainment wants to help you have the best music experience at home. They've got high-quality products, the best prices, and high-fidelity expertise for the best sound in and outside your home. Now is a great time to shop Flanners with their Music Matters sale event. All speakers, all amplifiers, receivers, turntables, CD players, music streamers, and accessories are on sale. Visit Flanners Home Entertainment today in West Allis, Grafton, or at flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Flanners. Just press play.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Annex Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Eric Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at annexwealth.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Take your family to the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford or Oshkosh today for the Wednesday all-you-can-eat fish fry and just $7.99. Kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Just walk in for your $7.99 fish fry. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft restaurant.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at adventknows.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 56 degrees. Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brenda. The Supreme Court hears arguments about Louisiana's congressional map. CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford has more.
Lawyers for the state of Louisiana and the Trump administration saying it was time to stop grouping voters based on the color of their skin. Like with this Louisiana map, which critics say is unconstitutional because it relied too heavily on race to create black congressional districts.
You have to create a district for black Democrats that you would never create for white Democrats in a Republican state. It's essentially being used as a reverse partisan gerrymander on purely racial grounds.
The Supreme Court isn't expected to deliver a decision until next spring.
Depending on the justice's decision, it could mark a fundamental change in the 1965 voting rights law that was the centerpiece legislation of the civil rights movement. And as the government shutdown extends into a third week, Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin tells WTMJ's Point Taken.
We need to reopen the government and bring down health care costs. They need to be done in tandem.
Extending health care tax credits is the main sticking point for Baldwin and other Democrats. Republicans say they won't negotiate until the Senate passes their bill to fund the government. Wisconsin lawmakers passing a bill that would require public schools to ban students from using cell phones in classrooms.
Supporters like Republican State Senator Rachel Cabral Guevara say this will help students focus.
When we look at polls, 97% of children will utilize their phone at least once a day within the classroom.
Democratic State Senator Melissa Ratcliffe worries about communication during emergencies.
Would be a dangerous step backward in ensuring the immediate safety of our children, especially in the wake of recent horrific shootings and crises.
Most school districts across the state have already implemented some form of a cell phone restriction. The bill now heads to the governor's desk. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Wisconsin state legislatures aim UW tuition is becoming harder for undergraduates to afford. A proposed bill would cut a cap on UW tuition, but UW Interim Vice President of Finance and Administration, Julie Gordon, says increasing costs are necessary.
While we generally align with CPI and the cost of inflation, I think preserving the board's ability to make those decisions, to look at that over the long term, to factor in all of those costs is essential in balancing affordability and academic excellence.
The UW system has overall seen a 14% tuition increase over the past 5 years. And even after losing the first 2 games, Brewers fans are still holding on for hope.
The Brewers dropped the first 2 games of the NLCS, but fans are still saying the time to win is now.
My dad's almost 60 years old, and he's gotten to see 1 World Series in his life. So if there's a time for the Brewers to do it all in my lifetime, I think it might be 2025.
Sean Collar, a longtime Brewers fan, tells WTMJ.
This is a rematch of 2018 NLCS. It feels like now is our chance. Otherwise, I don't know what the future holds.
Next game is Thursday at 5:08 start time as the Brewers look to hold on. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, weather, our next Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News time is 7:03.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
With all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Richland's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a
Ryan.
second, Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad, Paul.
Richlands.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the group of law offices. One call, that's all sports desk. A losing day for both of Milwaukee's teams. A big hole now for the Brewers after losing Game 2 of the NLCS to the Dodgers 5-1.
2-strike pitch to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. Yamamoto strikes out Vaughn, and the Dodgers have taken the first 2 games in the National League Championship Series.
The Brewers offense with just 5 hits through the first 2 games. Games 3, 4, and 5 now shift to Los Angeles. Game 3 is set for tomorrow night with a 5:08 first pitch. And the Bucks wrapped up the preseason with a 116-112 loss to Oklahoma City. The Bucks begin the regular season next Wednesday against the Washington Wizards. Time for your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We have no major incidents out on the roads at this time, so it should be a smooth drive for all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday is looking to be partly cloudy with a chance of showers, mainly late in the evening with a high of 64 degrees. Friday's going to be partly cloudy. Showers are possible at night with a high of 72 degrees. Saturday's going to be cloudy, windy, and raining with a high of 66 degrees. And Sunday's going to be cloudy and windy with a chance of rain with a high of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 54 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 50 degrees. Out in Waukesha, it's 53 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 56 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to this second hour of a supersized What's on Tap. You'll get a sneak peek at this weekend's WTMJ Conversations with Libby Collins. Highlights from her interview with Mark Van Hecke. He's the music producer who worked with Violent Femmes on their first two albums and is also a composer for classic video games. And so interesting conversation. You'll hear some highlights from that. And in our bonus 8 o'clock hour, it's October. We're going to get some Wisconsin-style chills. A paranormal author walks among us, and he's also a tour guide. Josh Hughes from American Ghost Walks has just written a brand new book called Ghosts of Waukesha. He's going to share some stories and also talk about what it's like to give a Waukesha Ghost Walk tour. And don't know if you realize this, Saturday is the annual Milwaukee Paranormal Conference. So he'll be a speaker at that as well. So Josh is going to get us some good spooky stories. And we'll wrap up What's on Tap with some zombie theater. Jamelyn Gray is founder of The Constructivists, and they have a world premiere play called Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, opening October 25th. Expect horror, humor, and plenty of theatrical thrills. So that is what is in store, so don't go anywhere. But right now, I have rolled out the carpet for a trio of creative people who are creating a sitcom pilot with lots of Wisconsin flavor. You might have heard of this. The show is called Brood Awakening. And with me in the WTMJ studio, we'll go round robin, creator Evan Gersh.
Yep. Evan Gersh.
Right.
It's an echo.
I was like, I don't have to. I love that. I forget. I'm with actors. I don't have to point to you and direct. Like, shine, baby.
My pleasure. Ben C. Adams.
And
I'm Bill Wood. I play the Big Z. Bill Zandowski.
That is the Big Z. Because, you introduced yourself as the Big Z. And I was like, oh, but I thought your name was Bill Wood.
It's my brand.
I love it. So this is the character that you play in Brood Awakening.
Yes, and
it's like he's method acting.
Just about.
Yeah, exactly. you look at the job description in the bio, and you could have used and flipped them around and never know the difference. They were so much the same. I love beer, as does Bill Zandowski. And
you brought your cooler and some ice houses, but we can't share those just yet. But I love that you're portable. That you're
nobody told me this was a dry company. The walk from the parking lot to here, I had it was a 6-pack, but now it's a 5-pack.
But you found your way. Did you leave a can so you can find your way back?
I was following Evan. Thank God he knew where to go.
Always follow me, right?
So, Evan, you can already sense that Wisconsin has a personality, has a sense of humor, just our culture. So what is it about Wisconsin to you that made you want to create Brood Awakening, and what is the story?
So, I grew up here in Wisconsin. I've been out to California a lot, done a lot of stuff out in California. So I wanted to do a show that really kind of poked fun at the differences between the two. Because growing up with certain TV shows, you look at their premises where you have these polar opposites that they're trying to marry, right? And that's kind of your breeding ground for humor. And so
that sense of conflict there.
Yeah, big time. And so I figured, well, why don't I do a story where, some guy, he grows up in California as a surfer. California is known for surfing. And he comes to Wisconsin. And that's where Brood Awakening was born.
And what is the rest of the cast and plot like? So there's your, what they call the log line.
Yep.
But you got to flesh out a lot. So you're working on the pilot now. I do have a future question. When you're putting all this work into creating the storylines and the right cast members and the right flavors, you're working on one show. How many more shows do you have to write to have a story arc? Because somebody picks it up and yay! You can't be panicking and looking at each other going, oh, we're the German Shepherd who caught the car. Now we're not ready. You know?
No, I've fleshed out an entire season, a 10-episode season.
Yeah.
That really explores each character's arc and a whole series arc. This Tommy Donahue is played by Ben C. Adams here. It's they're going to determine, really, is Wisconsin the right place for them, or is California? Are they going to move out to California? And that's going to be a kind of a conflict. It's going to be reemerging, or it's going to keep on emerging throughout the season.
That's it, because we do have choices, and that is so real. It is
Right.
not linear, because Tommy has family with him and around him and friends that may or may not influence his decisions.
Oh, yeah.
So what can you tell us, Ben, about Tommy?
Tommy is a hardworking man. He wants to do what's best for his family at all costs. He's definitely looking out for his 2 children, but he wants to live a fulfilling life, and he's stepped away from surfing, and so his buddy called him up and said, "Hey, I have a marketing opportunity here in Wisconsin. Can you come help us out?" So I talked to my mother, talked to the kids, and we make the decision to go, even though the kids may not want to. He believes it's what's best. And so we pack up, we go to Wisconsin, and then there's that juxtaposition between the California lifestyle with what the daughter wants and all these new technologies to what Wisconsin is. Might be a little behind on that in some parts. And so you have that comedy ensuing at those moments as well. But it's definitely a heartfelt family kind of guy.
And what kind of job would lure a celebrity surfer back to Wisconsin?
Helping marketing his friend's bar that just kind of going under a little bit. So we've got to come up with some pizzazz and something to bring the people in. How do we get the people to walk in the door and have a good time when he's competing against other bars and other places around that are doing well?
Much larger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, again, a lot of the comedy and the drama comes from truth.
Oh,
yes.
So we are talking with Evan Gersh, with Ben C. Adams, actor who is the lead in Brood Awakening. And go ahead, take it away.
The big Z, Bill Zandowski.
Is there going to be like arm wrestling between our villain and our hero?
Do we have arm wrestling in the show?
No, we can write it in.
That's a great idea.
We can certainly write it in. If it's on WTMJ, it's probably going to get on. It may get into the script.
Well,
we may have to do that.
We're going to talk about how you can get involved in Brood Awakening. Stay with us for this fun conversation about how to create a TV sitcom. Next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
You gotta get to Built Right today. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Built Right furniture, leather, and mattresses. Built Right's 97th anniversary celebration, plus their $1 million clearance sell-off are on now. If you are looking for affordable, better quality furniture or mattresses, you do what my family does. You go to Built Right. We love our new furniture, and most importantly, we enjoyed the shopping experience. 4 generations, 97 years strong, 19 years in their Greenfield location. 3rd and 4th generation family members on hand in the store, along with their amazing team. Be ready for your holiday guests. Thousands of items in stock, or you can always custom order at a low sale price. USA made, small scale, Ohio Amish made, and real solid wood furniture. 60 models of USA made mattresses. Built Right saves you money. Free in-store design services too. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday. Closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built Right. 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
He wants to have multiple championships. And if there's a first-round exit for the Bucks, it will be hard for me to believe that Giannis has a long-term future moving forward in Milwaukee beyond this season.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
Artificial intelligence is making its way into nearly every part of medicine, and now a major new clinical trial is testing whether AI can help doctors detect breast cancer earlier and more accurately.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m. Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Bringing you behind the scenes of what it's like to make a sitcom pilot, which is fascinating because it's one thing to go behind the scenes of theater, rehearsals, but an actual film and TV production is a lot. It's a team sport. And with me in the WTMJ studio is Evan Gersh, who is creating a sitcom. He just waved for everyone on the WTMJ YouTube live stream. I love it.
Mom.
You're visual.
I'm
This
on
is
TV.
exactly. And Evan Gersh, you are creating a pilot for a sitcom called Brood Awakening, and you've brought with you two of your actors. You've brought the lead, who plays Tommy Donahue, Ben C. Adams, and Ben, you got Wisconsin roots. People are recognizing your name right now.
Yes, I do. I grew up here. Then I left and went to school in Florida, lived in California for 10 to 11 years, and then came back, but definitely involved in Wisconsin heavenly.
I dig it. And then also, Bill Wood. Am I calling you the Big Z?
Yes, of course.
Is that how everyone refers to you?
Not yet.
Your friends? Tell us about your role in Brood Awakening, because we have Tommy Donahue, the handsome celebrity surfer lead hero, who moves back to Wisconsin to raise his family. To Sheboygan.
Yeah. Yes,
Shevegas in some people's worlds.
Which is important because I was born and raised in Milwaukee, but I have a brother, Jerry, that lives in Sheboygan.
You have someone you can
there's a connection
get your
there.
research from as well.
So I've done plenty of research in my lifetime.
So as Bill Zandowski, as the Big Z, what is your role in Brood Awakening?
He's the guy that everyone knows is harmless, but no one wants to be around. You know, he's the guy that walks up to you and says, "Hey, I got a joke for you," and he does that 30 times with 30 different people. And everyone's like, "Oh, man, here's Bill. Okay, who's going to babysit him this time?" You know? And the character was born and bred in Sheboygan. He's about 65 years old, which you can't tell, but I am too. And so he's like retired, and he lives right next door to Timmy, Jerry, Kenny, Tommy. Okay.
Tommy.
And he's not very good with names.
No, that's
and he
running
drinks
joke.
a lot of beer.
So I see that you've developed his character quite well, Evan. Like, Bill's already embodying it and bringing it to the studio. So I like that. What is it really, Evan, that inspired you to create this show?
You know, I went to film school, wanted to be a camera operator. And when I went through my screenwriting class, I was the only person in my class who got a perfect score on the script. We all had to write a script for class. And at the end, the instructor came up to me. We had lunch, and this guy, he wrote for TV shows like MASH. And he said, "Evan, you should really go into the producing, writing, side of the business." And I was like, "John," his name is John Mulitz. I said, "John, love you, but I think you're wrong." But looking back on it, he knew me better than I knew myself. And over the years, I've learned that I am far more creative than I am technical.
You knew what you wanted to do. He knew what you could do.
Exactly. That was exactly it. So, yeah, it was one of those things where I just started writing, and I just found it fascinating. Just loved, and I've learned a lot. I've gone out to LA a lot. I have a lot of friends out there that work in the business, work on TV shows, producers, people have done that line of work, and they've been tremendous mentors.
And have you shared this idea? Thought, hey, where did this idea really come from?
Well, just wanting to poke fun at the differences between California and Wisconsin. There's so much comedy there.
So that you can mine and you can see some longevity in.
Exactly, yeah.
Then it seems like you have written some characters that are beloved. Like, for example, do you have someone in your life, they can remain anonymous, that was an inspiration for the Big Z?
Yeah, his name is Bill Wood.
How far do you guys go back?
Pretty far, actually. I mean, he and my dad were fraternity brothers, so yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
and
Jim and I have known each other for at least 40 years.
That's a fantastic connection. And then that means your dad can tell even more stories to feed the comedy beast. That's great.
Yep.
So I still assume, though, that Bill Wood had to audition.
He did. And he did extremely well. I mean, the character description, when he read the character description and he wrote back, in all caps, "I am this guy. The guy loves to drink. He loves to fish. Who better to play Bill Zandowski than Bill Wood?" And when he read and everything, it was a match made in heaven.
You think I'm dressed as the character? I love this shirt.
You're dressed like so many Wisconsinites, a flannel shirt and a
There
ball
you
cap.
go.
It's all good.
There
Did
you
you
go.
feel unwelcome when I turned the corner?
No, not
I
at
was saying
all.
I wasn't judging anything. It's like, no.
Hey guys, she's a knockout.
So, Evan, as the creator, you are excited about this, but you're also the business side of this. But other people are getting excited about hearing about this. They can help you make this a reality. What is the step that you're in now for creating a pilot for this sounds very fun sitcom called Brood Awakening?
Yeah, so we are in the crowdfunding phase right now. We are looking for, our goal is $20,000. That is, it gets us a finished pilot. Cast, crew, equipment, craft services, legal services to make sure that, we're doing everything right.
Filming here in Wisconsin?
Filming here in Wisconsin. All local cast. Even somebody like Ben who's had gone out to California, he still has local roots. So it's all local cast, crew, filming locally. So we've set up on a platform called Seed and Spark. So it's seedandSpark.com/fund/brood-awakening.
But I'm sure if we just type in Brood Awakening, sorry, I wasn't thinking I could have set up something on the talking text line, but Seed and Spark, like a GoFundMe, more for the
it's a platform
creative
specific
side.
to film and TV,
Fun.
to the industry. Yeah.
And it's a great website because you get to know everyone who's involved so far. The associate producer, director of photography, you have great bios on all the cast members so far. So this is not just a wish list. There is a wish list on there for things that you really tangibly need. But this is well past the wouldn't this be fun?
Yes.
You're well into this. And then Tommy, your audition.
Yeah.
Was he the last to be cast, Evan?
He was the last to be casted and the last even to submit for an audition, really. We had an audition window. I had put the notice out on social media. It was a tremendous response. Between here in Wisconsin and in Chicago, I received over 30 submissions for the lead of Tommy Donahue, and we narrowed it down to 8. And then I was out in LA. I was driving back to the airport to LAX, and I get a phone or a email from Ben saying, "Hey, I'd like to audition if it's all possible." I looked at his resume; he'd done a lot of work, and so I said, "Hey, can you give me a call?" He called me right away, and we chatted up for a bit, and narrowed it down to between him and another guy, and we decided at the end Ben really understood who Tommy was. And it was the perfect fit. And, it was just one of those.
I say, Ben, you didn't have to arm wrestle for that either. I'm trying to get arm wrestling into the show somehow.
You'll have to write it in. We have to add that
We'll
in.
have to have we're going to do an episode where Sandy and Maxx does a cameo.
Yes. And then recall it back to this, and people will be listening.
You'll be the arm wrestling.
I'll be the person, the referee. I'll be the person who puts their hand on the fist and just go.
You are my favorite. I like the other guy.
Well, much appreciated. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate
That's Bill
that.
Zandowski,
Thank
the honesty of the Zandowski.
Yeah, did I mention Bill doesn't have a whole lot of social skills?
But we all know those people. They're all part of our lives. And there's the fabric of other characters. We'll talk about the other characters that you have cast. And I was delighted when I looked at the cast list. I actually know one of your cast members. I'm acquainted with her. So I look forward to sharing that connection.
All right.
But more, and then any questions that you have for the creator and cast of Brood Awakening, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text Line, 855-616-1620. Stay with us on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture. It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which by the way is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hit one, hit two.
Without putting on any pads.
Hi.
It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
When you're playing and you're going through the season, every win's a good win. Some are better than others. Beat a really good team, it feels like a better win, but that's hard to do in the NFL.
Green and Gold Insiders is presented by Window Nation. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
And we will continue our conversation with local creators of Brood Awakening. It is a sitcom that is poised to be created. And I have the creator and two of the cast members in. So we're having a fun conversation that you want to catch up on and also find out how you can get involved. So stay with us on What's on Tap. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. Identifying the man who died after crashing into a Milwaukee County Transit System parking garage. Police say it happened at around 2:30 a.m. Wednesday near 35th and Locust. The SUV driver veered off the road going through a fence before crashing into part of the parking garage. 44-year-old Yancey Gibson later died at the hospital. The medical examiner confirms Gibson had a significant cardiac history and ruled his death from natural causes. And a video blaming Democrats for the government shutdown won't be shown at Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem released the message criticizing Democrats as federal workers go without pay. But Mitchell Airport tells WTMJ that Milwaukee County law bans political messages on displays in county buildings. Airport officials do point out that TSA does control some of its own monitors at security checkpoints, but says the video hasn't played there either. The village of McGuanago is asking for a decrease on a planned water rate hike. Right now, the Public Service Commission is looking at raising rates by more than 6%, but village officials have proposed a rate lower than 5%. McGuanago leaders say the lower rate would still cover the cost of adding 2 new water wells without hitting residents too hard. More than 100 people have already filed comments objecting to higher water bills. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. I-94 west at I-41. Left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight's going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a chance of showers, mainly late in the evening with a high of 64 degrees. Friday will be partly cloudy. Showers are possible at night with a high of 72 degrees. Saturday's going to be cloudy, windy, and rainy with a high of 66 degrees. And Sunday will be cloudy and windy with a chance of rain with a high of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 54 degrees. Up in Green Bay, it's currently 49 degrees. Over in Waukesha, it's 53 degrees, and right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 55 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Anik Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Eric Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement, and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at AnixWealth.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery and haul-away, and way too low prices on Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper?
Yeah, besides that.
Well, Hasselus is locally owned.
You mean your franchise is locally owned?
We're not a franchise. Every showroom is owned and managed by the same family. So, when you shop at Hasselus, your money stays right here. And through Monday, our family wants to give you a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Our 43 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
I like that.
Try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
I love that.
Free next day delivery too.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Shop local and enjoy a $248 credit through Monday at Hasselus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
And in the studio with me, a fun group of guys. Brood Awakening. Make note of this. It is the name of a sitcom that is being developed and a pilot about to be filmed next summer. Evan Gersh is the creator. Evan, for everyone who may be just joining us after the 7:30 news, what is Brood Awakening? What is the log line, the plot?
Yeah, a California surfer picks up his family and they move cross country to small town Wisconsin. They give up their cozy coastal living for a more modest life in the Midwest. And these fish out of water are having now to adjust and with everything that comes with that.
When you say small town Wisconsin, is there a particular town?
Sheboygan.
Ha-ha.
Yeah, moving to Sheboygan, the surf capital of the Midwest. That may or may not somehow play its way into the show.
And
I just read something the other day that said Sheboygan is the surf capital of the Midwest.
Yep.
Look at that.
It's
And
very true.
I love that you said that because on the Sighting Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 414 texted in, just curious if your surfing character realizes that Sheboygan is a great surfing spot. My son-in-law surfs there year-round. So Ben C. Adams, Racine native, playing Tommy Donahue, your celebrity surfer from California who comes to Chevegas. Are you aware of this? Was this a new fact for you?
He does now.
I do now. No, yeah, I was made aware of it. Whoever that is, who was kind enough to write in, maybe they can give me some lessons.
We get their son-in-law.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. There you go. We'll just get that fully involved.
You mean you don't surf?
I've boogie boarded.
Oh, okay.
I've
Stunt
never
doubles.
fully surfed. Yes, right. If close-ups go for me, wide shots.
Yep.
Let's call this guy up.
I would love that. And the other voice that you hear is Bill Wood
The Big Z.
in the show, taking great pride of wrapping up a lot of different personalities, but charming and beloved personalities of Wisconsin life.
Well, thank you, Sandy.
And you came with beer, so I'm already charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been about 15 minutes since my last beer, so I'm kind of on the DTs right now.
Well, I saw you duck under the counter, so I figured you were taking a little nip there to stay in character, of
I
course.
cheated a little bit. You just told your whole company that I'm drinking,
That you're
right?
sipping. No. We can do a CAD check. I'll take a picture. You have been good. Now, these are two members of our cast. Evan, introduce us to the rest of your cast.
Yeah, so joining Tommy on his journey, you have his kids, his 16-year-old daughter, Sydney, who's played by Autumn Matson, who is fantastic. She's a member at my church that I play piano at, and just great in theater and everything, and she fits Sydney, that role, so well. And then you have Colton Klingenmeyer, who plays the younger 12-year-old son, Luke, who is a very shy piano prodigy. And I wrote that character based off of me when I was 12. That's kind of when I started playing piano. I've been playing about 25 years now, and I was extremely shy. So found him.
They always say, write what you know.
Write what you know, and that's exactly what I've done. And then you have Tommy's mother, who's a bit of a dim-witted divorcee, played by Christina Oster.
I know Christina Oster.
You do?
Nice.
I met Christina. She's a delight and a ray of light. Now, she and I we met, we stayed in touch on social media and haven't kept up with her the past few years. So I'm delighted to see her on this cast. I met her. We were both background extras for the pilot of Ozark.
Oh, really?
With Jason Bateman. Yeah, you can see us crossing the street together. But so that's how I met her. She was so fun. And she's got a big personality. And I saw a video of one of your table reads, and she was cracking up the rest of the cast just at a table read.
That table read was fun. It was actually our second table read. The first one we did, it didn't work out quite well with the cameras and the placement and everything. And so we did a second table read, and I actually added some punch-up lines that I didn't tell the cast about. I wanted to get their organic reaction, and a lot of it really seemed to land pretty well.
Yeah, a couple of us really busted a gut on that.
Yeah.
Because they'd never heard the lines before, and these are jokes.
Yeah.
One-liners. Zing. Ha!
But that's great. And that also speaks to the chemistry, because that's one of those things, you can cast an audition, but wow, you get the melting pot in there.
Yeah.
So Christina Oster, keep an eye on her.
She's playing Louise. And then you have Dan Kim, who is playing Andy Park. Is a lifelong friend of Tommy. They grew up together in Malibu, did everything together, best of friends. Andy has always had an affinity for craft brewery. He wanted to run his own business, and he figured what better place to do it than Wisconsin. And he's settled on Sheboygan.
I love that this is all genuinely Wisconsin, that it isn't somebody from somewhere else trying to create Wisconsin and getting it stereotypical or wrong. Is there a message to this show?
There is. Really, the underlying theme in it all is that though things in life will change, and they always do, change is inevitable, the one constant will be family. And the love and support of family.
I thought it was drinking beer.
Well, that too. That's the other one too. Yeah. If you're in Bill Zandowski's inner circle, yes, that is very much the underlying theme. For everyone else, yeah, it's
they aren't mutually exclusive.
No, not at all. But the love of family and family extends to not only blood, but your inner circle. Or as Autumn would say, or Cindy would say, your posse, probably. Right?
The fun part about this role is usually when you're in a role, you have the character and you have yourself. And it's kind of like split personalities. Well, I don't have to do that this time.
That's why it's the Big Z. You're just one. You've become one.
Become one. You betcha. It's a state of mind.
Brood Awakening is the name of the soon-to-be realized sitcom. The pilot in progress now, and we're going to talk with Evan about a possible local music angle next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
I know why you continue to live in pain. It's because you don't believe anything can be done to help. Maybe you bought into something and you've been burned before. I mean, your skepticism, it's understandable. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we use powerful, anti-inflammatory, and cushioning pharmacological medicines to ease your pain. They're FDA approved, and most medical insurance is going to pay for our treatments, including Medicare and Medicaid. And that's the litmus test. Because if insurance has shown to cover the cost of many of our patients' treatments, you can be sure it's valid medicine. It's not a biological treatment considered experimental, or some new gimmick that's trying to hook you. The Rejuvenex approach to pain relief is legitimate. It helps to alleviate pain in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. And from what we've seen, it gives people a new lease on their lives.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
But I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
Brood Awakening is the name of a sitcom pilot that is going to be filmed next summer with your help. Crowdfunding right now, but a show all about blending California lifestyles and Wisconsin lifestyles in the city of Sheboygan. And creator Evan Gersh is with me in the studio. We have one more segment to chat about, and two of the ensemble cast. We have the star, Tommy Donahue, also known as Ben C. Adams.
Hello.
And the Big Z.
The Big Z.
Bill Wood.
What's an ensemble?
Like your neighbor. A talented group. And so we were chatting about the cast, and we got a little sidetracked because I was excited to know Christina Oster from a background acting experience in Chicago with Jason Bateman's Ozark, where we got to ogle Jason Bateman at work, which was delightful. But you've got a villain on the show.
We got a villain.
An ominous presence.
Yeah, his name is Jack Stone in the show. It's played by Bob Benson. And Bob is one of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. Truly is. So to play that villain role, I'm sure for him is such a treat. And
where does Jack Stone? Jack Stone. I'm already calling him Jack Stone.
That's good.
I see. He's
Taking
convincing
off.
already.
Yeah.
What's Jack Stone's real name?
In
the actor's name?
Bob Benson.
Bob Benson, because it flew out of my head because I was so like, oh, Jack Stone. Where is Bob Benson from?
From Racine.
Excellent. I mean, this proves my point of how much talent we have on all sides of the camera here in Wisconsin. It's so wonderful that you've found the right actors for Brood Awakening here. And you're looking for a local music angle, are you?
I had lunch yesterday with the band leader for Bella Kane. And we're talking about possibly working together, collaborating on Brewed Awakening, having possibly be in a future episode.
Fun.
Possibly some music on the show. So
that's where
it's early, but yeah.
If you see my little chicken scratch notes and highlights, that was a theme song. A Wisconsin artist is my little note there. So I was gonna encourage you to, but look, you're already ahead.
Yeah.
You're thinking again about weaving authentic Wisconsin culture, whether it's music, whether it's traditions and personalities, into the show instead of having somebody think they know Wisconsin and not doing it. What's one of your favorite Wisconsin-based sitcoms that you wouldn't mind being associated with, like down the road when people say this sitcom and this sitcom?
Oh, Happy Days is what comes to mind first. Monday.
Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley. Shamila Samago.
Was that 70s show set?
Yes.
I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
That
Step by
70s
step.
show. Yeah.
70s show.
Yep.
Hello, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Because there are some people who still want to distance themselves from that, but it's part of pop culture history. And it's better to be set in Milwaukee where we can talk about it and have a chuckle about it than we'd be envying Peoria if it was them, you know?
That's true.
So a one word from each of you to describe Brewed Awakening, this sitcom.
Fun.
Loving.
Family.
Very good. Those are all things I think we could use more of and would enjoy watching. So, Evan, as the creator and as a labor of love for you, what's the best way to follow along with the progress and get involved?
We are on social media. We are on TikTok, on Instagram, both of which are actually being run by Autumn Madsen, who's playing Sydney, the social media influencer in the show.
See, life imitating art. That's good.
Yep. And we are also on, so actually those two handles on Instagram and TikTok are Brewed Awakening _official. We're also on Facebook, Brewed Awakening TV. And we are also on X, Brewed Awake TV.
So search that Brewed Awakening. And also on IMDb.
IMDb, yes.
And Bill, when did you say that?
Well, the first time I screwed it up, I don't know if you noticed that.
You jumbled some letters.
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
I knew what you meant.
But, in my state, you expect that kind of thing.
But then also, seedandspark.com/fund/brewed-awakening is where you can find us.
I would say seedandspark.com, and I love that for a crowdfunding website, you have it broken down for what the cast and crew costs, what equipment costs, what props cost, finding locations, insurance, all of the illegal, like all of those things. It's broken down. So when somebody does pop in a couple bucks or a lot of bucks, it's a responsible business. It's not, well, we hope it gets made someday. It's like, no, this is all to keep the production on track to film next summer.
Yep. And then we have contacts in Hollywood and the entertainment industry for distribution, TV executives that we've already let them know that, hey, we're doing this thing in Wisconsin. There's a TV show that's being filmed in LA right now that I am very well connected with. And I was just on the set a couple weeks ago, and I walk on the set looking for somebody, and everyone comes up to me and says, are you two? Because I was with my friend and director of photography, Brad Belmer, and they came up to us. Are you two those guys from Wisconsin doing that TV show? So it's really, it was really
the buzz is starting.
Cool. Yeah, it was really nice. People who are working in Hollywood on a network show to know that we're here.
Information for us. Did not know that.
You didn't know that.
So
you do now.
Yeah,
breaking news here on WTMJ.
Yeah, right.
That's what we stand for.
So
Trusted and relevant.
And by the way, Evan is a great guy to work for. He's really got his act together, and I was just flabbergasted when I first got involved with this thing. It's like, wow.
That's wonderful.
Checks in the mail, Bill. Thank you.
Congratulations, Evan, on getting this project launched and helping elevate other creatives in our Wisconsin area. So thank you very much, and good luck to you. And let's plan to have you come back for a status update in a couple of weeks in November.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you for the opportunity for this. This was amazing.
My pleasure.
Very
and
grateful.
I see your sweatshirt. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
And meet one of the men who made the Milwaukee music of the Violent Femmes music possible to hear all around the world. That's next on What's on Tap.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
When your sports team is doing well, it does create a little more excitement that does end up showing up in the bottom line.
Entertainment.
Let's be honest, the Dodgers coasted in the regular season because they could. They are very, very good. But we all know how the story of David and Goliath ends.
And more.
I saw all of those flags came out with the giant L on them. What the heck was going on with all the L's?
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
So he said to me, "Boy, oh boy, do you got the boulders." And I said, "You betcha." And he said, "Do you mind if I cherry pick?" And I said, "Feel free. They're all beautiful and they're all granite. Sparkling pinks, blues, and grays from 4 to 36 inches. And they're all priced right because we buy direct from the source nationwide to give you the look you want." Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Well, if you need flagstone for your new natural patio, Erickson's is the place to find it. We have the largest selection and 15 styles to choose from. And for decorative stone, Erickson's is your best choice. Our decorative stone is trucked in from all over the country. We buy straight from the quarry and cut out the middleman to keep your prices nice and low. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
WTMJ and Sidex are back with the Beautiful Bathroom Contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or a shower conversion valued at up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, your terrifying tub, or just one you're completely bored of, and enter now. Text BOO to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, or visit WTMJ.com and submit your picture and get full contest rules.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
That's a signature sound for Milwaukee music. Violent Femmes. Iconic music for our area, and one of the people behind the scenes of those first two truly legendary Violent Femmes albums is a man named Mark Van Hecke. And maybe you know him. He's been in our area for a good long time. Composer, conductor, multi-instrumentalist. He can play piano, organ, drums, guitar, and bass. And he was the resident composer for the Milwaukee Rep. He's been part of Milwaukee's Theater X, which is a legendary theater, and also worked in California. But he's also composed music, not just produced it, for New York City dance companies. And he's done scores for film, TV, and 120 video games, which is, I think, absolutely fun and fascinating. And WTMJ's Libby Collins got to chat with Mark Van Hecke for the latest episode of WTMJ Conversations coming up on Sunday morning at 11. And here, Mark Van Hecke talks about composing music for the Milwaukee Rep's experimental dance, that's a Freudian slip, experimental theater company, and writing music to accompany Appleton native and multiple Oscar-nominated actor Willem Dafoe.
I was the resident composer for not only the Milwaukee Repertory Theater, but the experimental theater called Theater X. And in that group was Willem Dafoe.
How would you convey their personality when you'd be writing some of these scores? And would you have written the music the same way for, say, a performer like Willem versus another actor?
Well, you would write it to their capabilities. Willem, he was just such a pro right out of the gate. And Willem, to me, had a personality and a swagger, kind of like Mick Jagger. So I wrote it like that, almost shouting, calling out. And then I had an electric guitar, and it kind of screamed back into a verse. So back to Mick Jagger and Willem Dafoe.
So that is Mark Van Hecke, producer of the first two Violent Femme albums. He has more stories about what happened when Willem Dafoe left Milwaukee and discovering Violent Femmes performing in a laundromat. He also has stories to share about composing scores for video games like The Simpsons and the Star Trek, The Next Generation. And he also talks about his hopes for composers of the future. WTMJ's Conversations with Libby Collins, Sunday morning at 11. Stay with me for a spooky hour ahead of Waukesha ghost stories and zombies on stage in the Third Ward. Next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Get the last roof you'll ever need with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing is durable, offering your home the best protection from wind, hail, and fire. Choose from 29 stylish colors to enhance the appearance of your home. Available in cut-to-your-length panels that cover a large area quickly for fast installation. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. More fiber?
What?
Down here, buddy. It's me, your spoon. Constipation with belly pain still coming back?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, but Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson's filling up your fall calendar. Join them Sunday, October 19th for the Freedom 150 ride, celebrating 150 years of Economawalk and the U.S. Paralympic Wheelchair Curling Team. The ride starts at the dealership with stops at Open Road and West Bend Harley-Davidson, ending at Rally Point for a concert. And don't miss the early Halloween celebration, Saturday, October 25th at Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and at WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8:02, it's 55 degrees. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Sean Brinda. Despite an order from a federal judge halting the Trump administration's firing of federal workers today, one of the administration's top officials says the job losses could get worse from here. Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
After already firing more than 4,000 federal workers during the government shutdown, the Trump administration now saying that number will more than double.
I think we'll probably end up being north of 10,000.
The president saying he's going after programs dear to Democrats and the Americans who work on them. It comes as hundreds of thousands of other workers are now missing paychecks as the shutdown drags on. The president has authorized extraordinary measures to pay the troops, and today said the FBI will get paid too.
Any solution between Democrats and Republicans to end the shutdown has not been acknowledged as week 3 of the government shutdown continues. And a Wisconsin senator says she wants to reopen the government, but Democrats and Republicans remain at a stalemate. Senator Tammy Baldwin tells WTMJ's Point Taken.
What are the political fallout if they blame the Republicans or blame Trump or blame Democrats for the shutdown? Right now, 80% of Americans think that Congress needs to extend these tax breaks for working families to afford their health care.
Extending health care tax credits is the main sticking point for Baldwin and other Democrats. Republicans say they won't negotiate until the Senate passes their bill to fund the government. Getting a vehicle back from the impound lot will take some money and paperwork. Milwaukee Alderman Lamont Westmoreland tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
My message is if you can't afford it, just drive like a normal person because it's not cheap to get your vehicle out of the impound lot. And you're also not going to be able to get that vehicle out of the impound lot if you don't have valid insurance, if you don't have a valid driver's license.
If Governor Tony Evers signs the new bill soon, Alderman Westmoreland expects the new policy to take effect in Milwaukee as soon as the end of November. Sports, traffic, weather, and next Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News, time is 8:04.
Drafty windows means wasted money. Call Siding Unlimited today for energy-efficient replacement windows and doors and start saving now. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. A losing day for both of Milwaukee's teams. A big hole now for the Brewers after losing Game 2 of the NLCS with the Dodgers 5-1. The Brewers offense with just 5 hits through the first 2 games. Games 3, 4, and 5 now shift to Los Angeles. Game 3 is set for tomorrow night with a 5:08 first pitch. And the Bucks wrapped up the preseason with a 116-112 loss to Oklahoma City. The Bucks begin the regular season next Wednesday against the Washington Wizards. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. I-94 West, 0.2 miles beyond Wisconsin Route 83. The right shoulder is closed due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across southeast Wisconsin. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight is going to be mostly cloudy with a low of 54 degrees. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a chance of showers, mainly in the evening with a high of 64 degrees. Friday's going to be partly cloudy. Showers are possible at night with a high of 72 degrees. Saturday's going to be cloudy, windy, and rainy with a high of 66 degrees. And Sunday, this is going to be cloudy and windy with a chance of rain at night with a high of 58 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 54 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 49 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 52 degrees. Right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 54 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 8:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to this bonus hour of What's on Tap, and leaning all the way into October, the Halloween season, but the local angle of Halloween. For example, at 8:30, you're going to hear about a world premiere play that is basically zombies on stage. Horror and humor in Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. Perfect for spooky season theater lovers. The Constructivists, a local theater company that prides themselves on dark arts and dark humor. This show will open on October 25th at the Broadway Theater Center in 3rd Ward, and the director of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned will join us to give us the behind-the-scenes stories and why they were compelled to have this be their world premiere in just weeks. But first, we do some real Wisconsin haunting. And I feel like we've heard a lot lately about the Pfister Hotel and ghosts. We're going to find out what our next guest knows. Please welcome author and American Ghost Tours, or American Ghost Walks tour guide.
That's it. Yep.
I always want to get it right. Josh Hughes. Josh, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for blowing on in tonight. And kind of a gray day. Finally feels like we're getting into that autumn Halloween season. And I want to say congratulations. You have just published a brand new book.
Yes, I think Mike Huberty texted me today and said the copies are arriving today sometime.
Oh, you get to unbox.
Yes. I'm getting my copies this weekend at the Milwaukee Paracon. So very exciting.
Congratulations. It is called Ghosts of Waukesha. I suppose it's all in the title, but tell me more about your new book, Ghosts of Waukesha.
Right. So I've been doing so it's American Ghost Walks has Waukesha Ghost Walks, which is the Waukesha portion of the company. And I've been a tour guide for Waukesha for 5 years now. This is my 5th year doing the tour. And this past winter, Mike said, what do you think about doing a book? So just basically taking my stories, some photos, expanding on the stories a bit and printing it. So it was a bit more difficult than I anticipated.
Why?
It just felt like I was writing enough. And then Mike's like, no, we need more. We need more. We need more. Just keep putting out more words. And so I just didn't anticipate how much more in addition to the stories that I tell that I would need to do. So I definitely pushed my my limits as a writer. But we worked on it this past winter, and then it went off to editing and reviewing during the summer, and then it's being printed, and it's going to be here. So it's been a very exciting, very quick process, I would say. You know, under a year, we have a book that's ready to be read by the readers.
And well-researched. Where are some of the sources that you go to find out ghost stories and history and myths and getting it right and uncovering all of that?
Well, so I kind of dubbed myself the quote-unquote paranormal expert of Waukesha because I've been diving into these stories the last 5 years. In 2020, I had something happen in Cutler Park right in Waukesha. I reached out to Mike and I said, what's the ghost story here? And he said, I'm not quite sure.
No, hold on. You said you had something happen to you there.
Sure.
What was that something?
It was...
That made you call your friend who...
It was actually...
Who knows many ghost stories?
My dad worked for the city of Waukesha, and he sent me a photo in the bandstand basement at Cutler Park, and it was clear as day, a little Victorian-era girl standing in the background when there was no girls there when they took the photo. And now, my dad does not know how to use computers. He can barely turn on his cell phone. In fact, he called me yesterday asking me how to set up Bluetooth in his car, so he's not going to fake a photo, right? He does not know how. So he sent that to me, and I was like, this is very intriguing. I did some research at the local library and couldn't find anything and reached out to Mike at American Ghost Walks. So that's kind of what kicked off me getting into being a tour guide for Waukesha.
That would be a disturbing photo.
I have it on my phone, and every time I show people, they're like, "Oh my God, you can!" There's no disputing it. There is clearly somebody standing in the background of the photo.
So, what did you learn about that photo that you can share? Obviously, you want people to enjoy Ghosts of Waukesha, your new book, but what were some of the things that you learned in researching that Victorian era girl in that location?
Not much, honestly, because if you know Cutler Park in Waukesha, there's many old houses around, but there is no clear explanation as to why there would be this ghost in this. It's a bandstand. They play concerts there and such. So that part of Waukesha is very old. So something could have happened way back before they were kind of keeping records of those sorts of things. But in my research, exhausting all my efforts, I still have not found a reason as to why there would be somebody there.
Wow. But that's spooky.
It is, yeah.
And I think that's part of what the unknown, the inexplicable.
Right. And it becomes
is what keeps these stories alive.
A little sad when you think about it, because it's like this poor little girl could have been dead for 100 years, and she's still just maybe scared, alone, hanging out in the basement because she has nowhere else to go. Wow. That's when it becomes depressing.
And that's what ghost stories literally are about. And what are some of the other spots in Waukesha that might surprise people have ghosts?
Yeah. So the past 5 years, I've really dived into these stories, and I've met a lot of the people that own the locations associated with the stories. So one of my favorite is this 120-year-old house on Rosemary Street in Waukesha that had an urban legend about a witch that used to live there. And that's kind of what kicked off the stories about this house. And then as I met the owners of the property, they said, there's no witch, but it actually is really haunted. And they invited me in for a Friday the 13th investigation of all days. And in the middle of the day, by myself in this upstairs bedroom that has all those scary stories about it, I had a personal experience of myself. So it hasn't just been about telling the stories. It's about me actually living the stories and then further building upon the stories. That's really been my interest the past couple of years.
Now, see, Josh, I would have that experience in the middle of the day. I would not want to do that again. I would not want to continue, but you obviously have an interest, a curiosity, a fascination. So even though you have something that spooks you like that, well, you say you had an experience. Did it disturb you? How did you feel with this daytime experience in this upstairs bedroom?
That's where it becomes, again, very interesting because it used to terrify me. You can ask my friends back in college when we were doing this. I literally jumped underneath a table because something said my name. But as
I would do that too.
As I've gotten to explore these places where I know the people associated with the stories, I know the ghosts by name, I know their history, I know their background, I've seen their photos. It becomes less scary because as you're interacting with these spirits who you seem to know their entire life story, it's almost as if you're just meeting them in person. So it doesn't become as scary when you know who you're actually talking to.
And again, taking away some of that unknown.
Right.
It's a little less
It's less unknown, yeah.
Fascinating. Josh Hughes, author of the new book, Ghosts of Waukesha, and tour guide with American Ghost Walks. You'll be hosting one of these tours on Friday.
And we're getting into the busy season, so I will be doing probably about 8 tours in the next 2.5 weeks.
Fun. You're showing off your knowledge.
Yes.
It must be fun when people also are excited to know more about what you have this deep knowledge of.
Right.
And you'll also be at Saturday's Milwaukee Paranormal Conference. Continuing the conversation with Josh Hughes on this spooky hour of What's on Tap. Next.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hey, I'm Sandy Maxx at WTMJ. Who do you know that's looking for a job at a great place to work, a certified great place to work? I'm Sandy Maxx, and my friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman are hiring caregivers within their assisted living and memory care communities. And remember, 3 Pillars is ranked best in continuing care, assisted and independent living. You could Get hired for full or part-time, day or evening shifts starting at $20 per hour. You could get more based on experience and shifts. And the best part, you will make a difference in the lives of others every day at 3 Pillars. Go to 3pillars.org and click on the Careers tab to learn more.
Hey, WTMJ, Steve Scafidi here. Are you a member of the State of Wisconsin Pension Program? If so, you may have questions about your benefits and what they mean to your retirement plan. Join me along with Anna Wealth Management Director of Financial Planning Eric Strom and Senior Financial Planner Tom Burkholz on October 21st at 3:30 p.m. We'll discuss fundamentals, like how to look at your statement, and go deeper looking at case studies that may help relieve concerns and answer your questions about WRS. That's Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Register now. Visit WTMJ.com or events at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about in my clinic kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
We've been hearing a lot about ghosts that may or may not live in the Pfister Hotel downtown.
I was just there last week.
Did you experience any ghosts like the Los Angeles Dodgers were worried that they would?
Creepy vibes, but I've never experienced a ghost there.
What part of the hotel were you in?
I was in the old part, so the part where a lot of the baseball players stay. But yeah, I've been there a handful of times, and I've never felt it. You know, sometimes I go places, you feel the energy's different, but at the Pfister, it always just feels very welcoming.
Interesting. I'm glad to hear that because we were just talking about your experience as an author now of the brand new book, Ghosts of Waukesha, fresh off the press. I'm excited for you.
It's hot. It's hot. Get your copy now.
I was saying you'll get to unbox it and unveil it. First chance for people to get it will be at the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference on Saturday.
Yes.
Will you be signing?
I will sign if the price is right. But no, yeah, I'm happy to share it with everyone. It's been a labor of love.
That's fun. And Saturday's Milwaukee Paranormal Conference is free. It's at the Irish Cultural and Community Center on Wisconsin Avenue. WTMJ's Debbie Lozga and I are discussing spending our afternoon there.
It is quite a fun day. You know, it's a very close community that it's from people from Milwaukee, Madison, obviously Waukesha, all across the state, people I've become friends with for the past couple of years. And it's just a great time to hang out and learn about a variety of things. You know, last year they had this guy there with giant snakes. There's somebody speaking about aliens this year. We've got ghosts. We've got urban legends. There's just so much to explore all day.
And I felt like there was a lot of history in the presentations as well. T. Krulos, who's another wonderful author of spooky and paranormal things, and also co-founder of Cordy Fest. He was a guest recently, and I always enjoy talking to him about Wisconsin lore. But he's doing a really interesting presentation about two men, I think were sort of mediums.
Yes, I believe it was Morris Pratt.
Yes.
Which I was at the Morris Pratt Institute today. Learning about spiritualism. So I'm excited to hear his talk because spiritualism in the state of Wisconsin used to be a very, very big thing.
And Morris Pratt helped the police solving cases, I think.
Yeah.
Or it's the other person, Aaron Roberts, but
one of the two.
Yeah. So, it was, and then ghost stories about Brady Street, and so it's a very Wisconsin-centric conference where people can come and learn and also get together.
Yeah.
Thus confer. So, and you'll be there. What's your role?
I believe I am the first panel of the day. It's going to be a live recording of the podcast that they have. So I'm going to be talking with Mike Huberty and Jeff Finup just about the book, stories, Q&A. So just kind of a very non-formal discussion, and then obviously, of course, announcing the book of Waukesha Ghosts is here.
That's fun. But also, I got to think that crowd is going to ask some interesting questions because of the passion for paranormal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's always a lot of good questions. The questions you never expect, which is always fun.
As I say, that's exciting. And I love to find out that this is an annual gathering.
Yeah. Last year was my first year going and my first year presenting. I was the last speaker last year, the first one this year. And I was just really blown away by, first off, the building, which apparently is haunted in itself. I'm always a sucker for a good Guinness, so the Irish heritage that's there was fun to celebrate. And then just, again, being around with your friends all day, making new friends, hearing stories about things you never know existed. It was just so much fun being there the whole day. And I'm glad it's only one day because then you just could take everything in, you know?
That's true, because how many times do you go to a conference for work or something? It's like there are 3 sessions that I can't get to, and you got to borrow somebody's notes, and it's not ever the same thing. You really want to have that experience. What's the oddest thing that happened at last year's paranormal conference?
The giant snake was interesting.
A real live snake.
It was probably 20 feet long and about that much for the viewers.
Girth? Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the girth of a football.
Yeah, it was this girthy snake.
Bigger than that?
Yeah. So it was interesting, and he was passionate about reptiles. So he had boxes of different lizards and snakes and everything. So it was just like, wow, just the variety that is at the Milwaukee Paracon will entice anybody to want to go.
That is Saturday, and if you just look up Milwaukee Paranormal Conference online, the tickets are free.
Yeah, it's free. You just got to sign up ahead of time and then come. You know, there's lunch, there's drinks all day, there's vendors that are selling spooky books and different knickknacks and things like that. So there really is something for everybody, even if you have a small interest in this stuff.
'Tis the season to have fun. When we come back with author Josh Hughes, if you have a question about someplace that you think may or may not be haunted in Waukesha, Josh is the man to help confirm for you now that he has done deep research for his Ghosts of Waukesha book with R. Michael Huberty. So if you have a question, the Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Text your questions about haunted Waukesha to 855-616-1620. Continuing the conversation with Josh Hughes next on What's on Tap.
Wholesale mulch? No problem. We deliver to residential or wholesale accounts, and we can supply you with whatever volume of the highest quality mulch you need. Nobody around here has more mulch than Erickson's. We'll deliver you a 1-yard pickup truck load all the way up to 100 yards in a walking floor trailer. And if you just need a little bit, swing by and we'll fill up a 5-gallon bucket or 2. It's the best mulch you'll find. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Our decorative stone is available by the handful for pickup, all the way up to 24-ton load deliveries. And our stone is superlative. We scour the countryside, countrywide, from Arizona to the Carolinas. We search pretty much the whole U.S. of A. to find you easily the best stone selection in southeastern Wisconsin. See a rainbow of decorative stone colors to match any exterior decor. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free, too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread in your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
The very front of the Brewers front office is on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Such a team effort, just trying to work every at-bat and just to get to the next pitcher. So, yeah, we'll use whatever motivation it takes to beat the other team.
Brewers GM and Senior Vice President Matt Arnold is our Brewers 360 guest every Thursday morning at 8:45.
Yeah, really good to get that win for not just the team, but for the whole community here to celebrate.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
In the studio with me is Josh Hughes, author of the brand new book, Ghosts of Waukesha. And Josh, you're qualified. You have hosted American Ghost Walks Tour in Waukesha for 5 years now.
Yep, 5th season.
You've done deep research for this brand new book that, like you said, is in a box. You're ready to unbox them, and first available on Saturday at the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference.
Yep.
Where else will we be able to get Ghosts of Waukesha for reading?
Wow. There's talks of doing a book release party at Club 400 in Waukesha, which is a haunted bar. I'm good friends with the owners.
Of course, at a
there's a
haunted
chapter
bar.
on Club 400 in the book, so it's fitting.
And who used to own Club 400 in that building?
Les Paul's brother and dad.
That's what I was curious about. So
Yes.
we could talk for hours about that. So I love that this just rolls off, that this is part of your world and that you are knowledgeable. So, okay, well, I will follow up with you if there is a book release party and let all of our WTMJ fans know, because you really did do the deep research on Ghosts of Waukesha, written with our Michael Huberty of American Ghost Walks. So I was, kind of listing out your qualifications. Where do you live?
So I live right near Carroll University, not Carroll College, up at the top of that hill, in a house that was built in 1918. And after about 4 years of living there, my wife and I discovered it was indeed haunted.
And how do you make that discovery? So see, again, qualifications for a man who just wrote Ghosts of Waukesha.
Right.
But
So-
Josh, what does it mean when you can figure out a house is haunted?
What does it mean when I can figure
When
out?
you,
When
what are you experiencing?
Like, it was just little things. Like, you heard noises, you saw things out of the corner of your eye, and then like when you're doing renovations, you hear footsteps in the middle of the night. You see figures. It's just like all these little things add up. And then as I'm doing research in the old newspaper archives, I find that a woman actually passed away in our house in the 40s. And more things happened. And then I finally just got the nerves to call the former owner of the house that lived there in the 80s. Asked him all these questions. I said, hey, which room did the woman pass away in? And he just kind of chuckled and said, my wife told me not to tell you about that, but you do have a very loving Casper-like ghost in your house that's looking after you and your family, because we experienced her too. So being able to have that 30-year age gap between them living there and us living there, same experiences, was like just mind-blowing.
And I love that it's a loving, that's how he described the
Exactly.
ghost. That's, if you're going to have a ghost in your house,
You want Casper.
that's the one that I want. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, not the Conjuring house, definitely the Casper house.
Josh, thank you so much. The time has flown by. I really appreciate you being here on such a monumental day. Congratulations on the release
Thank
of
you.
your Ghosts of Waukesha book. And how can people follow along with your ghost hunting in progress?
Yes, AmericanGhostWalks.com is the best place to go. Waukesha Ghosts on Instagram, and Weird Wisconsin on TikTok.
Because you've been doing some interesting videos.
Yes, not just about haunted stuff, just all around weird history in this area, because that's my passion.
And thank you for keeping that history alive. It is fascinating.
Yeah, otherwise what happens? It just dies.
Or becomes more and more untrue because the legends live on and get more embellished.
Yeah, you get it, Sandy. You get it.
He is Josh Hughes, author of Ghosts of Waukesha. Join him for one of his Waukesha Ghost Walks. See him speaking at the Milwaukee Paranormal Conference on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Josh. And stay with us because you're invited to the bed and breakfast of the damned. Next.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10K for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Why do we have so many successful long-term clients that started out with less than half of what they now invest in advertising? How are we able to keep our clients on the air 52 weeks a year with great weekly repetition, in some cases for over 15 years straight? Well, it's because our volume gets us access to rates that business owners can't get on their own. It's because repetition works, our buying style is efficient, and our messages sell. Go to Anderson-Smith.com because we help small business advertisers get better results. The arena we work in is where the rubber meets the road. If we don't get results, we're gone. Because with small business advertisers, any ad dollar spent counts. How many agencies can say they've kept small, locally owned businesses advertising 52 weeks a year for over a decade straight? How many have made shoestring budgets grow by over 1,000%? We can, because we get results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com, hit the Contact Us button, email me, and I'll call you in short order. Because it's time we grew your business.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
It's the spooky season. Hasn't felt like it. We've had so much sunshine and warmth, but no, it is October and it's the spooky time. And what is the world premiere play that you can see the Constructivists produce October 25th? That is perfect for Halloween season. Well, here's a preview before we get all the tricks and treats from the play's director.
This show is called Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, and it's by Cameron McNary, and it is absolutely 100% a horror farce of the zombie apocalypse. It takes place, we figure, about 3 years after the main action happened, and it is at a bed and breakfast that has been decorated wholly with pug memorabilia.
What better way to celebrate Halloween than go see a show about zombies?
Zombies. Really, that's it. A full sentence. Zombies,
Zombies, period. Full stop.
I don't know how many zombie shows there are for the stage. Movies, plethora. Yeah. Book, plethora. But for a stage show, not many. And especially with the route that this goes as a comedic story, I think really works for it. And it's farcical, it's fun, while a little frightening.
The zombies are great. It's a fun novelty, but it's the farce part of it. I mean, how often do we even get to see farce? You know, so it's doors slamming, doors open. If you're here, then who's there? Then
all the classic stuff. It's great.
It's so great. And it's not slapstick, so it's tight and it has emotion and it has real relationships.
There's a lot of small, short comedic bits that we're exploring and adding in all the time. So keep an eye out for all the little jokes as opposed to the giant ones that are hard to miss.
If you love Scooby-Doo, but you want it more adult. If you love horror, but you want it funnier. If you want to celebrate spooky season, but make it theatrical. Those people should come see the show.
Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, a world premiere by Constructivist Theater, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you the director of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned and founder of the Constructivist, Jamie Gray.
Yes.
How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be back. I love it here. I could just talk and talk and talk here all day.
Well, especially about theater. But first, Wisco greeting. Happy National Cheese Curd Day.
Do you know that it's actually also National Pug Day?
I do. That was my next greeting because one of my best friends, Harvey, is a lifelong pug owner. So I texted him this morning, Happy Pug Day, with a silly pug gif of a little puppy dancing around. And he sent me a pug gif back because he's one of those, I don't know what the name for a loyal pug owner is, but he's a pug dude. So when I saw what we just heard was the trailer video that just came out today for Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. And when I heard that Pug Decor is one of the set designs, one of the, I would assume, a plot point of the Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, I was very excited to wish you a National Pug Day, but you beat me to it, Jamalyn.
No, I literally just learned this.
Oh, well, good.
I literally just learned this 20 seconds before I walked in the door.
So before we talk about the zombie aspects of this play, how do pug dogs, what is it, a level of purgatory? Why are they decorating the set?
That's an interesting thought.
Or purgatory.
Are they actually alive? Are they just in a different, is it the 11th circle of hell? No, it's a bed and breakfast. It takes place in a bed and breakfast. So
it would be quaint decor.
It's quaint decor. It's, very, wood and comfort and all of that, plus pugs.
And pugs are cute.
They are.
They're hard to be mad at the little squash
Squishy faces.
So now that we know why the pug decor really embodies the bed and breakfast vibe, what is the plot of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned?
There is a bed and breakfast somewhere on the East Coast. The zombie apocalypse has happened, and at the very top of the play, 2 of the residents of this bed and breakfast have gone out scavenging or whatnot and come across 2 people fighting for survival out in the world, and so they brought them back to the bed and breakfast because what does a bed and breakfast need? Guests.
Yes.
So these 2 new people are the new guests of this bed and breakfast, and they are welcomed and maybe threatened a little bit, but that's where starts.
The comedy ensues. And I'm charmed that it is a farce, because as soon as I hear farce, it's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be physical. There's going to be good looks and misunderstood, lines and conversations. Is that accurate?
It is completely accurate. The playwright Cameron McNary based it off of a particular French style of farce and really challenged himself to be like, I'm going to write a play in this particular style. But what is so more fun than that? Putting zombies in it. Nobody's ever put zombies in a farce before. Not that I'm aware of. I didn't Google that. Maybe I should.
If there are, there aren't many.
There aren't many, and they have not been done in Milwaukee. So, yeah.
And Jamalyn, as founder of the Constructivists and as the person who puts together the short list of productions, you have to choose. You have to curate the list of productions that you do and that you can produce with a small local cast and in a smaller theater space as a grassroots theater. Why did this play reach out to you? What was it that grabbed you like a zombie arm and said, oh my gosh, I can't not put this on stage in October in Milwaukee?
That's exactly sort of how it happened. It's something that I've held on to a little while because I was part of a Zoom reading of it over pandemic. And when we got done with the reading, I went, I must have this play. I must do this in Milwaukee because I think Milwaukee is going to just lose their minds over this particular style and this particular scenario and the way that the zombies and the farce go together. I think Milwaukee's just gonna think this is the bee's knees. Yeah.
Well, with that level of enthusiasm, I have to think the rest of the presentation and the production will have this level of enthusiasm. We will find out more about what's special about the world premiere of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, opening October 25th with the Constructivist Theater at the Broadway Theater Center in the 3rd Ward. Stay with us with Jamalyn Gray on What's on Tap.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
You know, Dad, there are a lot of things that make Marty's Pizza special.
Well, you got our untouched original recipe for our pizza sauce, and we have our own sausage made for us with our own recipe. We make everything fresh. Our own meatballs, our lasagna, our dough every day. We cut our vegetables fresh every day.
It's a labor of love.
This is Dick the Dad.
And James the Son from Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Find out what keeps our loyal customers coming back for generations.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember. Marty's Pizza.
Right off I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Thank you for hanging out with me on this spooky hour of What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. It's been fun to lean into some of the spookier angles of Wisconsin this hour, talking about Waukesha ghosts the first half hour, and now talking about zombies on stage. And in the studio with me from Constructivist Theater is Jamalyn Gray, founder of the Constructivist Theater. And would you please remind everybody what the specialty of Constructivist Theater productions are?
We believe in and invest in dark art catharsis, which is we intentionally produce dark, gritty, mostly hilarious, dark comedy productions to cathartically process dark emotions and make you a better person.
And I think this is the right time of year for it. I can say that after seeing Beauty Queen of Lebanon last spring, that Irish grim sense of humor, it is funny, but it is emotional, and it was a stellar cast. It was so well done.
Thank you so much.
It was my first Constructivist experience. So I look forward to my next one, which is the world premiere of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. I can't not say it like that.
Yeah, you have to say it like that. You have to.
Cameron McNary, Irish?
I don't know what his heritage is.
But I was just after
I will have to ask him that.
Oh, you don't have to, but you were in a or anyone can, because you're bringing the playwright to Milwaukee for this production.
He is coming. He is coming to the world premiere. He will be here next week during the time when we are happiest and of our best moods, during the final week of rehearsals and getting all the technical elements together, and people are always just so calm and easy breezy.
That's sarcasm, I believe.
Yes, a little bit.
But Saturday, October 25th, I have to think that for Cameron McNary, the playwright, to be at the world premiere of his play, that's got to be special.
It's totally special. We've also been streaming him into rehearsals. Because it's a world premiere, there's still little tweaks and little changes
Sculpted perfectly.
and little
cool.
sculptings that happen around this time for a world premiere, that because he is on the East Coast, we had to stream him in to do that, thanks to technology.
Yeah, and to have him have a hand in fulfilling the vision that he has, combining with the artistic vision that you have as the director.
Yeah.
Ooh, how fun.
Yeah.
Oh, what is one of the most interesting? Well, again, reset the stage. It is a farce, a comedy with zombies in a bed and breakfast. Does that pretty much sum it up? Like, if you're that adventurous,
you know
there you
everything
go.
about the show now. Yes.
And we got a text on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. The texter from 563 wrote, "Hello, Shaun of the Dead."
Shaun of the Dead. It was one of our research.
Yeah, you can't. It's funny.
We went through movies, we went through books, we went through, a whole bunch of to get what kind of zombies we wanted to use and all that kind. Yeah.
And popular zombies in pop culture that are more comedic than brains upsetting.
Shaun of the Dead is awesome.
Because I grew up in
Marks.
Louisville, which is where part of Night of the Living Dead was filmed, and I was like, I don't ever want to know that. I don't want to know where it was filmed. Horror upsets me.
Me too. This is why I do the stuff that I do this way, because I actually cannot watch horror. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised by that.
Yeah, everybody is.
I was just gonna say, I think you're a tough, cool cookie. I would have thought you'd be like, oh, bring it on.
Oh no. I'm an intensely visual person. Ever since I was 7 years old and watched Gremlins, and I couldn't sleep the night because it was just too horrifying for me. Yeah.
But I feel one of my silly stories is that when The Exorcist came out, it came out some anniversary and it had new footage, and it showed Linda Blair like walking downstairs, but like a spider.
Yeah.
I lived on the 16th floor of a high rise, and I still ran from the hall all the way to the elevator because I was spooked by seeing this on TV in the daytime. It freaked me out. It creeped me out. So I am a wimp when it comes to that. So if you're going to give me horror, give me some humor with it. Give me some comedy. So Bed and Breakfast of the Damned sounds like it fits that bill. So as a director working in step with the playwright, what is one of the decisions that you've made that the playwright went, oh, I hadn't thought of that? Go all the way. Has there been a moment like that?
I think a lot of it came about with our fight choreography. We have a wonderful fight choreographer, Nicole Magnuson. She's just amazing, and you can see some of it in the
trailer video.
Yeah. But some decisions that we had to make about how the ending is shaped because of the big
physicality,
the big fight that happens at the end. I think he was really impressed with how we made that happen, and it was bigger and better than what he thought, what he had even envisioned in his mind.
How fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, October 25th through November 7th. Constructivist Theater performing at the Broadway Theater Center in 3rd Ward. And I want to ask you about the cast and any other fun facts from behind the scenes of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned. Next, with Jamie Lynn Gray on What's on Tap.
With all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Rich Lawn's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a
Ryan.
second, Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad, Paul.
Rich Lawns.
WTMJ and Sidex are back with the beautiful bathroom contest. One lucky listener will win a tub or shower conversion valued up to $10,000. It's easy. Snap a pic of your scary shower, your terrifying tub, or if you're just bored of it, take a picture. Enter now. Text BOO to the WTMJ Talk and Text line or visit WTMJ.com to submit your picture and for the full contest rules.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer's service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
I am joined in the studio by the director of the world premiere of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned at Constructivist Theater. She is Jamelyn Gray, director and also founder of the Constructivist Theater. So you get to actually choose what gets produced on stage here in Milwaukee. Congratulations on bringing this world premiere play to life. Poised to be on stage October 25th, a Saturday night. And
so close. Running on Halloween night. Do you have special plans for the Halloween performance on the 31st?
Yes.
You have to.
We just came up with it today, as a matter of fact. We have decided that if you come to our show on October 31st in costume, you can get 10% off your ticket at the door.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, lean all the way in.
All the way in.
That's an 8 o'clock performance. That's on a Friday night.
And it's only an hour and 20 minutes. You still have time to go out and party after that. So come see a show and go party. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Are there any other plans around the performances?
We on Thursday nights we have our talk after the show. We call it Constructive Conversations, where you can pick our brains and learn more about the show. And
funny to say that with a zombie show.
Yeah.
Pick your brains.
But there's going to be makeup and a whole bunch of things that you have questions about, I'm sure.
And who's in the cast? How big is this cast?
It's 6 people. They're all local artists because that's how we like to work. And we've got Molly Kempfer and Stacy Madsen and Becky Kofta, Ken Miller, Matthew Scales, and Philip Steenbeckers.
Even though he spells it Steenbeckers?
Yeah, it's very very Dutch, I guess is what it is. And then we also have 3 amazing understudies who's Katie Merriman and Emily Harris and Nate Press are our understudies. And yeah, they're rocking it. They're really they are so good.
I've met Nate Press. I think he's been a guest. I think he was part of Clyde's.
He was part
Milwaukee
of Clyde's,
Chamber Theater.
yeah.
Okay, I know of him.
Yeah.
And it's just great to get turned on to a terrific talent. Again, I always feel like we have a wealth of people who are on stage and behind the scenes. And how about your set design? I feel like Constructivist is a team sport.
Our set design, every set design of the Constructivists have been done by a college colleague of mine, Sarah Harris, and my husband. So they work together, and Sarah designs the sets, and my husband builds them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
To have that craft.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. And
with that Beauty Queen set, the 2 of them did that. That was some
crazy, crazy.
It looked like a home in Ireland.
Yeah.
It certainly did. And this will look like a bed and breakfast of the damned, complete with pug throw pillows and
yeah.
and other decor to make you feel cozy before the zombie farce happens.
Yeah. Yep, Danny Sandoval is out right now, going across the city, finding all the pug things. We've got a pug cross stitch and whole nine, yeah.
Jamelyn Gray, director of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned and founder of the Constructivist Theater. What's the best way to keep up and make plans to come see the show?
Go to www.theconstructivists.org and you can find links to all of our social media and all the ways to get a hold of us.
Thank you for bringing this world premiere play to the stage.
Thank you for having me here today.
And thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
The new fractured boulders we now have in stock are really nice. They're squarer and more rectangular in shape, and they're great for building dry-laid retaining walls. They're much easier to deal with, lock together nicely, and you get less gaps. No wet mortar needed. And we've stocked a multitude of colors. You can use them as an accent item to add character to your dry river or creek beds, too. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Our organic mulch is comprised of all trees. Most mulch is made from ground-up pallets, and you don't know what might have been spilled on those pallets. Could be chemicals or who knows what. But not our mulch. We're recycling trees. Many species of hardwoods. Cedar, hemlock, light brown, dark brown, mocha, black, red, gold, and caramel. 7 colors to choose from means a mulch to match any exterior. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors.